After researching a lot of the Greek that our Bibles are translated from, I wrote Matthew 24 based on what I researched. I'm not saying this is a replacement, but I find it interesting that some of the wording is a little different. Let's begin Matthew 24, starting at verse 4. Don't let them mislead you, for many will come in my name, claiming that I am indeed the Messiah, but they will instead mislead and deceive people. You will hear about wars and threats of war. Do not panic. These things are part of the process of the end, but the end will not come immediately after these things begin. Ethnic group will rise against ethnic group, and ruler against ruler. There will be food scarcity and commotion in various places. All of this is the beginning of the agony pangs that will increase like the labor a woman goes through, birthing her child. Then they will yield you up and over to tribulation, persecution, and pressure. And the laws will be abolished, and you will be affected. You will be hated by all ethnic groups and peoples because of my name's sake, of which you are called to walk as I walked in, the way, the truth, the life. At that time of these things taking place, many will fall away and will surrender to hating one another. Many foretellers and religious impostors will rise up and deceive and mislead and cause many to wander off. Because of the increase in wickedness and violations of the laws, the love and affection of most will grow cold. But the ones who persevere, bear up in fortitude to the aim, purpose, and principal end, will be rescued, delivered, protected. And the message of the gospel of the ruler will be proclaimed in the whole world as an evidence given to all ethnic groups. And then at that time, their event tax will come. So when you see established or set in the sacred position in place of the sacred, the attested accursed that causes desolation, plundering, looting, pillaging, described by the prophet Daniel, recognize and heed at that time. Those in Judea, Palestine vanish to the hills and mountains. No one on the rooftop or house come down to take away anything from their house. Let no one in the field or country return for their tunic. Woe, that period of time for those that are held and those that suckle, infants and toddlers. Pray that your flight and escape not be in the winter, and neither on the Sabbath. For at that time there will be great persecution, pressure, affliction, distress, and tribulation unmatched from the commencement of the start of the world until this present time, and will never be seen to happen again. If that period of time is not shortened, no one would be preserved or rescued. But through the selected elect, that period of time will be shortened. Then at that time, if anyone or anything says to you, "Look, here is the Messiah, anointed one, Christ," or "Here he is," do not believe it. For many pretending to be Messiah, and many foretellers and religious impostors will rise up, offer the greatest, biggest ceremonies and signs, and give prophecies about things that will happen that will lead astray and cause to wander away even the selected elect, if possible to do. Behold, I have told you beforehand and forewarned you. So if you are told to be in the uninhabited, uncultivated region, do not go out. Or, here you will have peace in the bunkers, do not believe it. For just as the flash of brightness comes from the rising of the light of dawn in the east and lights up to the sunset in the west, so will be the advent arrival of the Son of Man. Any place there is a dead body, in that place the eagle will convene to entertain. At once after the persecution, affliction, distress, pressure, and tribulation of that time, the sunlight will be darkened and obscured. The moon will give its splendor. The stars will alight coming down from the firmament where Yah dwells, and the force of the sky will be destroyed. Then at that time, the indication of the Son of Man will appear in the sky, and all the people of the earth will see and experience the Son of Man going against the cloudiness of the sky with force and much glory, and set apart his messengers with a great sound of a trumpet, and collect his selected chosen elect from the four empty doctrines, quarters, and winds, from one end of the sky to the extremity end. Now learn this lesson from the fig tree. Whenever its branches become soft and starts to sprout leaves, you know that the heat of summer is near. So also when you discern all these things, you know that he is near, against the portal, entrance, door. Firmly and trustworthily I call you. This generation will not pass away until all of this is caused to be. The sky and earth will perish, but my reasoning, motive, computation, and words will not go by or perish. No one and nothing knows the cause or time of that day or hour, not even the angels in the sky or heaven, not even the Son, but only the Father. As it was in the time period of Noah, so also be at the advent coming of the Son of Man. For in the period of time before the flood, there was eating, drinking, weddings, and marriages up to the time Noah went into the ark, and they knew until the flood came and removed them, sweeping them away. So it will be at the advent coming of the Son of Man. 2 will be in the country on a farm. 1 will be received and taken, and the other sent forth, sent away, divorced. 2 will be grinding at a grinder, and 1 will be received and taken, the other sent away, divorced. Certainly keep vigilant watch, because you do not remember or know that time period of when your master will come. But know this, if the head of a family had known which night a thief was coming, he would have kept watch and been diligent and vigilant, and would not have left his family home alone to be burglarized. For this reason you must also be ready, because the Son of Man will come, that an hour you do not think, or it does not seem. Who then is the trustworthy, faithful, believing, and sensible servant versus the conceited servant, who the master designated over his household to offer to others nourishment at the proper time? Blessed is the servant whose master comes to find him doing in this way. Surely I tell you, he will designate him against all his possessions. But suppose the servant is wicked and bad, and says in his heart, my master delays and tarries, and he begins to punish and wound and inflict his fellow servants, and eats and drinks to get drunk. The master of that servant arrives at a time unanticipated and at an hour unexpected. Then he will bisect him and set him a place with the hypocrites, where there will be weeping, lamenting, gnashing, grinding of teeth. Matthew 25. At that time the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 maidens who took their lanterns and issued out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and stupid, and 5 were sensible and wise. The heedless, stupid ones took their lamps, but did not take any oil. But the wise, thoughtful ones took oil in flasks along with their lamps. When the bridegroom was delayed in coming, they all became tired and fell asleep. A shout went out in the middle of the night, "Behold, the bridegroom! Come out to meet him!" All of the maidens woke up and rose to trim and put in order their lamps. The heedless, stupid ones said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil. Our lamps have gone out and are extinguished." "No," said the wise, "we won't be satisfactory or able to ward off for both of us and you. Instead, go to those who sell, barter, and redeem some for yourselves." But while the heedless were away to buy it, the bridegroom arrived. Those who were prepared and ready entered into his company for the purpose of the wedding nuptials and feast. The opportunity, entrance, and portal was closed. Later, the heedless maidens arrived and said, "Lord, Master, open up to us." He spoke, "Surely I tell you, I do not know you. Therefore remain vigilant and keep watch, because you do not know the period of time, day, or the hour."